The former governor of South Carolina is whipping some serious tail and taking names, as we like to say in the South. The United Nations ambassador recently made headlines when she drew a line in the sand over financial contributions the United States was expected to make. Basically, Mrs. Haley let the UN know that under no circumstances will the United States pony up any more than 25% of the total peacekeeping budget. How's that for responsible fiscal conservatism? Way to go, President Trump. Here's the story per The Hill. The United States will no longer provide more than a quarter of the funding for the United Nations' peacekeeping efforts, U.S. Ambassador to the UN Nikki Haley told the organization Wednesday. The United States has long been the largest financial contributor to UN peacekeeping by far. That will not change, Haley said. But Haley cautioned that peacekeeping is a shared responsibility. With shared responsibility comes shared burdens and shared costs. One country should not shoulder more than 1/4 of the UN peacekeeping budget. As a result, she said, the U.S. will not pay more than 25% of the UN peacekeeping budget moving forward. The U.S. will work with other members of the organization to ensure the budgetary changes are made in a fair and sensible manner. The UN General Assembly is responsible for determining the peacekeeping budget. The U.S. is the largest financial contributor to the UN's peacekeeping operation, covering roughly 28% of its $8 billion in costs. The next largest contributor is China, which funds 10.25% of the costs. The peacekeeping efforts focus on areas rife with conflict by deploying troops and other resources. The U.S. has only a few dozen troops committed. The Pentagon said late last year that despite its desire to reduce its financial commitment to the program, it would still bolster training and equip peacekeepers. President Trump, a frequent critic of the UN, has long bashed U.S. payments to the organization as too costly, and on several occasions threatened to cut off funding. Trump signed a $1.3 trillion omnibus spending bill last week that cuts multilateral assistance by $253 million compared to last year's funding level. While the United Nations definitely serves a purpose and we stand by our friends and allies, it's ridiculous to think that we should pay for everything. Although America enjoys its rightful place at the center of international politics, we are not the only country responsible for policing the world. We are a part of a greater whole, and it's up to the rest of those parts to pay their fair share and do their due diligence. After all, we have problems of our own at home that need to be solved. Is the United Nations a drain on our economic prosperity? Could they do more on their end? Like and share this video on Facebook and Twitter if you agree. Don't forget to support this channel by clicking on the donation link down below and subscribing so you never miss any of our trending reports. What do you think about this report? Scroll down to comment below. Now if you are seeking the latest trends in fashion, and electronics and gifts and more at the best prices, please feel free to visit www.atthismall.com. Once again, that is www.atthismall.com.